Y'all boys enjoy the Superman movie? I ain't seen it just yet. I am going to see it though. Not right now, cause like I'm broke. I'm not like drop dead broke, but I'm like right into drop dead broke. This is all the money I have in my pocket right now. Yeah, that's all I got. I need this YouTube video to work. All right, here go the tiers. Here go the characters. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, some of these Superman clones I haven't seen or haven't heard of, some of them, but for the majority, I do. So I actually want to save, I guess the closest thing we have to a Superman clone is this, this is just the actual Superman himself. So I'm going to talk about Superman himself last. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So first you got Bizarro. I'm more than certain that is Bizarro. If it's not, then who could it possibly be? I'm being honest with you. I think Bizarro is hilarious. I'm going to put Bizarro in A tier. Like, for real. Like, I know Bizarro, there isn't really a big concept into Bizarro. It is as simple as he just is a dumb reverse Superman. But I think he's hilarious. See, I was raised from DC Universe Online, and I remember Bizarro just attacking the civilians in the streets, talking about Bizarro loves you, and that shit was just funny as hell to me as a kid. Also, the fact that Bizarro shoots fucking ice vision and he breathes fire. I said that kind of weird. The fact how Superman shoots heat vision and he shoots ice vision, and Superman has frost breath and he has heat breath. I think that's funny and simultaneously cool. I actually wish that we can see Bizarro in more mainstream continuity. Matter of fact, if they made another Superman movie with the current Superman, David Cornswab or whatever his name is, I'm sorry. I wouldn't mind they made Bizarro like a side villain somewhere in there. I think Bizarro's fucking hilarious. Brightburn. So I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I can lie to you and keep it 100, but I'm gonna keep that motherfucker about 750. You heard me? I did not watch the movie Bright. I'm being real with you. I didn't watch the movie Brightburn, man. There's actually a lot of movies I haven't seen. As a matter of fact, y'all will be surprised at the amount of movies I just have not fucking seen. So I'm not gonna put them. I'm gonna put them in don't know. Honestly, I really don't. Y'all let me know in the comment section down below. Sure, I'll watch Brightburn, and if y'all do tell me in the comment section, and if it's enough people, I will watch and I will give a review about it though. But I hear Brightburn is pretty cool though. I hear it is. Captain Marvel. I think saying Captain Marvel is a Superman clone is about just as big of a stretch as to say the All Might is. I don't think the Superman clone. What? Because she can fly and she has a blue and red color scheme. I don't think that makes her a Superman clone. They don't even do the same thing. Now here's the thing though, right? Live action Captain Marvel, I think sucks. Comic Captain Marvel is actually bearable. But her live action counterpart does just suck. I'm not the biggest fan of Captain Marvel in the first place. Shit, I'm not the biggest fan of Captain Marvel in the first place, to be honest with you, comic or live action. But live action is the one that most people really identify with. I mean, her comic counterpart is not that much better to the point that you're like, oh, what? Nah, her comic counterpart is not that much better. I'm going to have to put her in like C tier at best. Depending on the other characters that come up, I may drop it down. And the only reason why she's getting C tier is just because of the fact of her comic counterpart is not like the worst thing in the world. If it was going to offer like pure live action, I'll put it in like the bottom tier. But I guess if we combine comic and live action, it like rations out to C tier. I don't know who this is. Who is this? I don't even know who this is. Straight up, I don't know. Hancock. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna keep it 750. Don't get mad. You're gonna get mad. I haven't seen Hancock. I know. I haven't seen Hancock. Sage, how have you seen Hancock? Bro, remember that statement I said a while ago? You'll be surprised at the amount of movies I haven't seen it. And I want to see Hancock, though. That was one of the movies that I was like, I have to see, bro. But I haven't seen it, though. So I'm going to come back to Hancock on this, too. Last character that I'm going to say this for a minute is this. I don't even know what this is, actually. He looks like a Yellow Lantern. Which, if he's a Yellow Lantern, I'm already fucking with it. But I'm not completely for sure about this person. I'm so sorry. I don't know who this person is either. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking kidding. This is Homelander. We're talking about Superman clones. Homelander's at the very like top when it comes down to who we think of. But besides that, I think he's fucking great. I wouldn't even classify this as Superman. Well, fuck it. Yeah. Yes, Homelander I think is one of the greatest Superman clones ever across all fiction. I think Homelander is a top 5 TV show villain, or at least a TV show like action villain. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I would actually argue that Homelander is probably the best Superman clone that there is ever, honestly. He may not embody what Superman is, but he definitely is more entertaining and more interesting than Superman. So I'm going to put Homelander at the highest tier. Hyperion, you know what? I think the fact that Marvel has Hyperion and Sentry is kind of funny. I think the Sentry is more interesting than Hyperion, especially with the whole Void thing got going on. I don't hate Hyperion. Hyperion, but at the same time, there really is nothing about Hyperion that makes me like necessarily like some, to be honest with you. It kind of just looks like a random like white man just slapped on a outfit on. But I mean, Hyperion's cool. He's cool. I'll put like a B tier, like the definition of a little combat B tier. You know what I'm saying? Icarus. Icarus in the comic is just like dog. I don't really mean character-wise. He just is boring. Like, no one gives a motherfucker about Icarus in the comics. His live-action counterpart, I do think is pretty cool. Matter of fact, I think it's kind of funny they have Icarus and Sentry in the MCU. I think Icarus is cool, though. I think it's fine. I'm gonna also put Icarus at a little calm-ass B tier. There's something about Icarus that like makes me go like, oh yeah, it's Icarus, baby. Nah. And I don't want to put him in C tier because I don't think he's mid. I do think he's interesting. I'll put him in B tier. A little calm-ass B tier. Invincible. Yeah, Invincible. To Superman clone, there's really no hiding it. I mean, the Viltrumites are just Kryptonians, except for they have less abilities. But I like Invincible character. I like the fact how he is a non-perfect superhero. Because a lot of people be getting on his ass talking about how he low-key sucks as a superhero because he's selfish and puts his girlfriend relationship over the other people. But I like that about Invincible, that he's realistic. He's not perfect. I think as the series continues to progress, he's only gonna get better. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna put him at S tier though. I'm not. Now, does he deserve to be in S tier? For most people, probably. But I feel like, cause like I like Invincible, I do. But the idea of me thinking about Invincible doesn't like, get me super excited. He's cool, but I don't think he's like Homelander tier of like fantastic Superman clone. I'm going to put him in A tier. Makes you feel any better. I'll put him above Bizarro though. So Metro Man. Metro Man is cool, but he suffers from the fact of he only has one appearance, that's just in one movie. And he wasn't even like that predominantly in the movie. I mean, he was, but you know, he kind of wasn't. We're not gonna talk about strength here because people love saying Metro Man's unbeatable because of how fast he is. But as far as a character, Metro Man is funny. But I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and glaze him just because he's popular. We really didn't get like a fair enough chance for Metro Man to compare him to these other characters who has. I think Metro Man may have the least amount of screen time amongst all the characters in this list, so we're not really working with a whole lot, but I do fuck with Metro Man. Little combat B tier. Who is this? Yo, he looks so familiar, but I can't put a name on it, so I'm gonna put in I don't know. Who the fuck is this? I don't know this person either. I know people in the comments will be mad as fuck. How the fuck you don't know them? I'm sorry, I just don't. Omni-Man. Okay, so Omni-Man is like, you know what? As a matter of fact, I like Omni-Man more than Invincible. Honestly, I'm gonna put Omni-Man in S tier. Yes, I'm putting Omni-Man above Invincible. I think Omni-Man has way cooler scenes than Invincible. As a character, is he better than Invincible? As a character, maybe. I think he's definitely more interesting though. When we're talking about a Superman clone from Invincible, we're gonna think about Omni-Man before we think about Invincible himself. So yeah, I do like Homelander more of a character than what I like Superman. I think Homelander's a little bit more complex, but I think Omni-Man does deserve to be in that S tier of character though. Yes. Sentry. So I'm gonna be real with you. I like Sentry in the comics, and I also like Sentry live action. I think I may like him more in the comics than I do live action, to be honest with you. But I mean, Sentry's cool. I'm gonna put Sentry in like A tier, to be honest with you. Like I actually do like when I see Sentry, I actually do get a little bit of excitement. Like the people in B tier, I wouldn't say I get excited to see them, but it's like, yeah, let's go, man. Like, you know, on some 2K generic like emote type shit. You know what I'm saying? But the people in A tier, I actually get excited to see their appearance. You know what I'm saying? And Sentry's definitely one of them. I can't wait to see more of Sentry in the MCU. But yeah, he definitely is a Superman clone. I think the whole concept of him and the Void, that whole dynamic, I think is kind of ingenious. So yeah, I'm gonna put him in A tier. Shazam. I guess Shazam is a Superman clone enough. Gotta be honest with you, not the biggest fan of Shazam. I'm definitely not the biggest fan of live action Shazam either. I definitely think the comic version of Shazam is way more interesting and better than the live action one. I'm not the biggest Shazam fan. I'm really not, to be honest with you, but I liked him in the animated TV series. I like him in the comics. I'm not gonna put him in A tier, but I'm gonna put him in a little combat B tier. That's probably where I'll put Shazam at. Scott, ooh, yes! 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 Woo! Sky High mention, baby. Let's go. Hey man, I'm sorry, man. I got excited, bro. Man, I used to pray for times like this to rhyme like this. You know what I'm saying? Woo, I used to pray for times like this, man. Sky High, man. If you haven't seen Sky High, man, you missing out. Mid. He mid though. He mid. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Not to all that to say he's mid. Nah. Like, okay. In all seriousness, though, it's been like probably like over a decade since Sky High has been even remotely close to relevant. Really, it's been like probably 15 years. But he's cool. But I mean, you know, he doesn't have a whole lot of screen time. But I will say though, is he a Superman clone? Yes. Unfortunately, if you can fly and have super strength, and that's just it, and also if you have a blue and red color scheme, then yeah, you're probably a Superman clone. I like you know, I gotta think about it. Do I like him or do I just like the movie? Honestly, because sometimes you have to separate the character from the project that they're in. So I think I like the movie, but him as an individual character, I mean, he's cool. I ain't gonna put him in C tier. As a matter of fact, do me a favor, bro. Drop Captain Marvel down to D tier, because like I'm gonna put him in C tier only because I fuck with the movie, but him as an individual character, I don't dislike him. Like, I like him, but I gotta be honest with you, I'm not checking on little buddy. You know what I'm saying? He's like an Ant-Man ass nigga, if you ask me. What I mean by that, in one of my previous videos, I was like, Ant-Man one of the characters where it's like, I see you when I see you type shit. So if I see him out on Walmart, hey, Scott Lang, how you doing, man? But I'm not out here checking on him. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about this dude from Sky High. I don't even remember his fucking name. So like, I'm not out here checking on him. I'm not trying to FaceTime him and hang out with him. But if I catch him out in Target, hey, you the dude from Sky, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put him in the smooth C tier. Captain Marvel gets bumped down to D tier. I don't know who this guy is, but he has a hard ass color scheme. So yeah. Supergirl. I don't dislike her. I really don't. But I've never been like the biggest Supergirl enthusiast. I've never really been the biggest one. Pure ounce definition of smooth ass C tier. I wouldn't even put her in B tier. Like, until we see more of live action, and then she also appeared in the fucking Flash movie, which is just okay. I'll put it like this: now that James Gunn's in charge of DC Universe, maybe and hopefully we'll get to see more of her and she can fledge out more of a character. But for right now, I don't really care that much. I mean, I believe her in C tier, so. Titan, you know, I think I actually like Titan more than Metro Man. Honestly, I think the idea of giving a nerd who was picked on superpowers and him going crazy, I do think it's kind of funny. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm going to put Titan in. I'm not gonna put him in A tier because I don't care that much about Titan. But I'm gonna put him in B tier. I'm gonna put him above Metro Man. And it's not to say that I'm ranking these characters like in the individual tiers they're in, but I'm gonna put him above Metro Man. And you know what? Fuck it. How about this? For pure entertainment, before I get to Superman, let's rank these characters in their tier. So Homelander's 1, Omni-Man's 2, Invincible, Bizarro. I like Bizarro more than I like Sentry. Low key, yes. I think Bizarro is fucking hilarious. In the B tier, Titan, comic book Icarus, I don't give a fuck about. Live action Icarus, I'm gonna put this live action Icarus, yes. Yeah, you know, yeah. That's how we gonna do it. Yeah, that's how we gonna do it. That's how we gonna do it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, this seems about right to me, man. Okay, last but not least, this is the old school Superman, but I'm just gonna count him as Superman, the actual Superman himself. Now, this is when shit gets to be a little bit controversial. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Hold on, I gotta make sure I pour it out my hat and make sure I look good, because I don't want niggas to clip this shit like, oh, this nigga chopped the fuck. Here's the issue, right? Listen, I'm not finna beat around the bush. I think Superman's boring. I do. I think it's boring. I think it's a boring ass character. Now, to be fair, I am excited to see James Gunn live action Superman. I do think it's gonna be a good movie. I think that may be one of the best literature Superman we ever seen. I am an enthusiast of Henry Cavill Superman, but I do think that I think his name was David Cornwell. I do think that David Cornwell's Superman has the potential and ability to be better than Henry Cavill Superman, because he brings a lot of energetic, joyful energy that we have not seen in years from Superman. So I do think the live action Superman is cool, but I just think Superman as a character in general, especially the comics, is boring. He never uses his powers in any kind of cool way like Omni-Man. I think Omni-Man has mastered using the simplest abilities but making them look cool. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't do any of that kind of shit. He doesn't use his heat vision in any cool way like how Darkseid does or like how Homelander does. You know what I'm saying? Now on top of that too, I feel like that the only time we get an actual interesting Superman is whenever he's being something that contradicts his character, and that's being evil. There's a reason reason why for the past 10 years of Hollywood, we've only been seeing evil Supermans. You wanna know why we've only been seeing evil Supermans? Because every the motherfucker's good, he's boring, okay? This is the James Gunn Superman's the first time we're finna see a good Superman that's interesting in a long ass time, okay? So I do think Superman is boring, to be honest with you. I do think I probably like every other alliteration of Superman probably more than Superman himself, except for Captain Marvel. Again, I like Henry Cavill's Superman. I haven't seen a new Superman movie, but I think it's going to be pretty good. But if we just talk about Superman as an overall character, especially including the comics, I'm going to put him in a smooth ass C tier. Okay? Hopefully this new movie will change my mind. Hopefully. But until then, I think he's an overall boring character, but I still think he's better than Captain Marvel though. So yeah. Alright, man, now that I said that controversial take, let me know in the comment section down below. Do you guys like Superman? Why not? And while you're down there, hit the subscribe button. Doesn't just help me, but it helps you too. YCC content similar to this one. You guys did subscribe, man. I appreciate it a lot. If you guys didn't, I guess we'll part ways. Either way, I go out to keep it easy, and I'm gone. Peace.
That's all it is, man. Leap of faith.